Whoever's throwing stuff right now, you're never going to see a damn baseball game again. The Padres and the Dodgers have just been going at it for years, and I feel like it's even more amplified now. We had a game that was not close, okay? It was entertaining. The Padres defense was fantastic. They hit a bunch of homers. There was a lot to talk about, but it's the beef between the players, and I want to start with this. The beef between the fans and the Padres outfielders, because that's what's grabbing attention. We've got two players on this show at least every single day. So, AJ, first off, Jurickson Profar makes a disgusting catch, just so nasty, and then trolls the fans a little bit. But we fast forward to later on, and he tosses out a baseball, which you do basically between every half inning, and then they're throwing stuff at him. They threw the baseball back. Someone else threw a baseball. Other side, Tatis, who always has fun with the fans, is just getting pelted with stuff. I mean, not hitting him, but they're throwing stuff at him. Can't happen. And the one part I want to say, and then you guys dive in, is I'm listening to the PA announcer, and he's like, you could get ejected if you throw stuff. I'm like, no. The message needs to be, hey, whoever's throwing stuff right now, you're never going to see a damn baseball game again. We've got cameras, and we will arrest your ass if you keep this up, and we're going to investigate this afterward and prosecute everyone. That is the only way to address this. They were like, maybe we'll throw some people out. Like, stop. What is that?
I hated this. And I thought that was a home run. We were watching it in the car driving from Philly to New York, so I thought it was a home run. Everyone acted like it was a home run. And then all of a sudden they're like, they took the 0 off the scoreboard and it was like 1 out. And I was like, wait, what just happened? And then they finally showed it. It was a sick catch. Like, that was a great catch. And then, listen, did Profar showboat a little bit in front of the fan? I'm sure the fan said something to him. And he kind of jumped up and down and kind of rubbed it in a little bit. But it's the playoffs, man. It's a rivalry. But never, ever, ever throw things at the players. Please, never. This is the worst thing you can do as a person, as a fan, because it just brings into so many dangerous situations. So I thought it could have been handled a little bit better, but when they brought the security on the field, everyone stopped real quick.
Yeah, let's not paint every Dodger fan like the Dodger fans who are throwing things at the outfielders. But you can assume that the same thing was happening in Philly, the taunting and everything. So don't think like every all 15,000 fans that are standing in the bleachers in Chavez Ravine are sitting there going at Dodger Stadium, are sitting there going, oh man, I'm bringing stuff to throw at them. It's a rare group of idiots that throw stuff. But the taunting, that is real. I don't care who you ask. I don't care if you ask a bullpen guy, what city you go into. In the playoffs, fans are at another level. They're at another level, and it's unlike anything I've ever seen as far as like taunting the other team, no matter where it is. Even if you're wearing the opposing team's jersey in that ballpark, just unbelievable. It is a crazy environment. Philly's no worse than any other place. Dodger Stadium's no worse than it. They're all bad. I didn't see one that was nice.
Okay, and I'm with you here. I said this last night when I was watching. I tweeted, disgusting move by some fans, right? Which we have everywhere, bad apples everywhere, that ruin it for everyone and also happen to ignite the opposition. There should be a better system to fully investigate via cameras and prosecute when this bleep happens. There should. It's dangerous, guys. It only takes one time for someone to throw something dangerous and for it to hit a player in the freaking face. I know it's happened before, but it should never happen. And I have some fans in the chat right now agreeing with me. That was one of the softest PA announcements I've ever heard. I'm not blaming the PA announcer. He's probably given a script. But whoever's in charge of that needs to be much more firm. Maybe I'm a little bit too hardcore, but the difference between what I just said at the top and what I heard last night was so soft. I wrote it down somewhere. I can't find it right now, but it said, like, if you throw stuff, you could get ejected. I'm like,
could be ejected.
What? No. You should be gone forever from any ballpark, let alone the one that you're in right now, and you should be prosecuted. It's attempted assault. You're throwing an object at someone, right? It's not a paper airplane. You're chucking a baseball and other crap at players. It can't happen, and they're not looking at you. Like, it's to me a no tolerance policy, and there's cameras everywhere these days. They can't address it.
I would call for airplanes. I would love to see airplanes being flown onto onto the field. Paper
Paper
airplanes.
airplanes are great. Beach balls, all that stuff. Funny. Great. You know, it gets tossed around. One ends up on the field here and there. It's fine. It's not going to hurt anyone.
Are we lucky? Are we lucky that we haven't had anything? Because when this stuff happens, I'm so surprised at it. But then my mind goes down a rabbit hole and like, should there be more in place? Is it going to be too late? From MLB's standpoint, is it going to be too late? Something's going to happen to somebody. I remember when the Royals, there's a Royals first base coach, got attacked. Like, are we too late in planning this? 2003?
Yeah, we're too reactive. Shocker. We're always too reactive. This is too reactive. Last night was too reactive. It was very poorly done. And I don't think it got ripped enough for how poorly it was put together. Having all the security, that's great. That's a given. You have to have that. But the way it was addressed, in my mind, was not okay. I didn't feel like there was much of a deterrent to be like, hey, fans, stop doing this. It was like, hey, we have to say don't do stuff. Thank you. No. Ridiculous. So I get it. It's just some fans that ruin it for everyone. I'm not blaming Dodger fans. I'm blaming the individuals. But there should be a way to take those individuals out of the ballpark and prosecute at this point. Like, come on. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
And by the way, let me say this too about the Profar thing. Fans are like, oh, he was taunting the fans. No, he was excited he made a catch, and the dude tried to take it out of his glove. So, I mean, listen, why is it okay if a player says something to a fan, the fan gets so angry, right? But fans can just, because you paid a lot for your ticket, you can just yell anything you want. And trust me, I've had everything in the world yelled at me, right? But what gives people the right to just yell insults at you for 3 hours while you're standing there in left field? Like, just because you bought a ticket, right? It's just bad. Like, let's just try to be nicer in general.
Agreed. Yeah, it's just endless verbal crap coming from everyone and whatever. Like, you're talking, but the physical throwing of stuff is my line. Like, I lost it. So
did you see the video of Profar giving the ball back to the fan who he took the ball away from? You know, the one where he robbed it, and then that fan threw it back onto the field.
But that was what ignited this. That fan threw it, then another fan threw a baseball, then in right field they're throwing stuff at Tatis. Correct. Yep. And that's why it's insane. Insane. You lost. All those people should never be allowed at a ballpark again. Not to mention they ignited the Padres. Padres did the meeting. They were fired up. You guys know the adrenaline for the playoffs, but you don't think it matters, AJ? No. I thought you guys don't think? They had 5 homers. That Padres offense looked like a World Series winning offense for a night. You don't think that was a little series tilting action right there?
No, I don't think the fans tilted it. I don't think them thinking, and we'll get to the whole hit by pitch, them thinking they threw it Tatis. I mean, if that's what you need now, you gotta recheck what you're doing. I mean, they hit some homers off of some of their non-high leverage guys. I get it, but I think, I don't know. I don't think the fans fired the team up. I think what fired them up was the fact that you had to sit for 15 minutes and then he still went out and shoved. I think that fired him up more than anything.
Yeah, you Darvish you're talking about. And what's the deal with Tatis versus Flaherty versus Machado? There's a lot of back and forth. Remember, they came back from commercial break, AJ, and Machado and Flaherty were still going at it.
We almost had Willie Adames, Jesse Winker. I mean, we're going to go meet in the parking lot again. Like, what are we doing? This is great. I love this stuff, man, because the playoff baseball is where it's at, and we need a more chippy. Listen, even JT Realmuto and Brandon Nimmo got into it a little bit yesterday when Nimmo hit that home run. So I'm all for this. Listen, do I think Jack Flaherty threw a Tatis right there, down 3-1 and to leading off an inning? No. But at the same time, I mean, he has pretty much owned him his whole career, so maybe he was just sending a message. I don't know. Bad timing, weird timing, but it sure got the Padres pissed off.
I do not think at all he was trying to hit him. But he also said he gave you an insight into what he was thinking. He's like, I didn't get it far enough in the last time, and you saw what happened. He hit a dinger off him, so he wasn't going to miss that side. It's okay that you miss too far in. Like, that is not – Jack Flaherty is not – he's not – if he has some ill intent there, if he's like, I have to scare this guy off the plate, he's going to brush him back and make him lean a little bit. I love the fact that they're showing the jawing here because, man, he's not meeting anybody in the parking lot. He's not meeting anybody behind the dugout. But also – this happens more than you think. There's jawing that's happening more than you think. Some guys back down. Some guys don't say a word. There's more jawing. The difference is we're watching one game right now. There's one game, and they are super cued in, locked into trying to see those guys. And rarely would Flaherty stand up on the top step and yell at somebody. You know, normally you're like kind of down under and you're yelling, guys are yelling at each other. But hey, it was heated. Completely heated. And Manny was throwing balls into their dugout. That's part that made me laugh too. He's like, oh yeah, I throw balls into the dugout all the time. My dugout, their dugout. You got to throw it. I don't know what kind of balls he was or how hard he was throwing in the dugout, but that made me laugh.
All right, well, let's get to him. So here is Jack Flaherty post game.
You know, they didn't like the pitch to Tatis. I missed in the first inning, and I threw the ball over the middle. I wasn't going to miss over the plate again, but I've got no reason to hit a guy there to start off the sixth, like as good as he's been swinging the bat. But we're down in the game. I'm trying to go in for effect, and he didn't get out of the way. It hit him. Didn't try to go and hit him to try to lead off an inning or anything like that. That doesn't really make sense. Yeah, you know, he did some in between innings where he tries to throw the ball at our dugout. And everybody kind of catches the tail end of it, which is me and him going at it. But like, I was sitting there for my team. I wasn't sitting there to go at him. But you know, he was throwing the ball at our dugout, and the umpires went over immediately to tell him, like, I don't know what their conversation was, but our dugout was fired up because there ain't no reason for that. Everybody caught the tail end of it. Everybody caught just me and him going at it. Like, man is a great player. And, you know, I understand everybody it's postseason. Everybody's fired up.
Yeah, they were fired up, but it sounded pretty legit. That was actually like a very detailed response of the play-by-play of what was going on there. But the Padres seem to be one of those teams that also are looking for some storylines, you know? I mean, sometimes they're looking for things. They've also gotten into it with quite a few teams this year, right? Profar clearly rubbed some people the wrong way. Obviously, Tatis. You know, those guys are entertaining for the sport too. As Tatis said after the game, he's like, it's the show. It's the show, baby. I'm going to have a good time with everyone. So let's get Manny Machado's side.
Manny, Flaherty said that you threw a ball into their dugout, and that's what prompted him to start bargaining.
That I threw what? I throw balls all the time into the dugouts.
Into their dugouts?
I throw, yeah, I mean, both dugouts. I mean, they have ball boys, you know, you throw the ball back in there. So, yeah, I mean, when you try to hit our best hitter, right, get him out. If you can't get him out, don't hit him, right? I mean, we don't go out there and we're not, you know, they got the best player in the game, right? Ohtani. We don't go out there and try to hit Ohtani. We try to get him out, right? Don't go out there and try to hit my guy.
What's with the tossing the balls in the dugout?
That was clearly he knew it. I'm just going by what he said. He knew what he was doing, throwing the ball into the dugout. I mean, hey, you know what? If you throw a ball into the dugout, that's fine. Like if there's a foul ball or something, you flip it over to their bat boy. Based on what Flaherty was saying, we caught the tail end of what actually happened. And based on Manny's reaction, I throw the ball into the bat boy all the time. No. Like this, and then all of a sudden he just went on a diatribe about how you shouldn't hit that guy. Like they didn't even ask him another question. Just listen to his words. So I want to see the video of him throwing the ball. I want to see exactly how hard he threw it.
I don't know. I'm here for it though. I'm here for the smoke. I love the smoke.
Yo, what's up, FT fam? You know, I appreciate you guys loving the content, but I'm seeing only 50% of you guys are subscribed. Go down below, hit that subscribe button so you can get the real inside information on deck. Let's go.
All right, this one's for the dudes. You know how scary it can get when you're going for a close shave below the belt, and that's why FT trusts Manscaped for those sensitive areas. Their newest package is the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, including the star of the show, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra.
Their 5th generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires.
Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 5.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Want more wet products? Say no more. Manscaped has a new buff bundle. This bundle includes their signature silicone scrubber plus body wash, so ditch your nasty loofah and grab a taste of freshness.
Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Get 20% off plus free shipping when you go to manscaped.com and use code FOUL20. Like, let's go. It only adds interest to the series. It only gets people to tune in. It only gets people to watch. So I'm all for it. Listen, I don't think they're ever going to get into a fist fight because these games are too important and nobody wants to lose some time. But yeah, what Machado said, I throw the ball in there all the time. I love what Flaherty said. Flaherty's like, I made a mistake last time. He took me deep. I wasn't going to let it happen again. Good for you, Jack Flaherty. But hey, you hit the guy. He didn't like it. Hey, listen, the Padres have been known to talk a little trash here and there. Let's not forget, this ain't the first time Profar's been into it.
No, this series is going to get interesting in my mind just because of the pitching later on in the series. Obviously, game one was on the weekend, but Dodgers came out from that bye week, that brutal bye week. The offense looked good, including Ohtani hitting his first playoff homer on a pitch quite high. Where was that? Neck high as well, right? That was pretty high up in the zone, that pitch that he smacked. But, right?
Yeah, not super high up, but they were trying to go in. It was more in than high.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to go in, and he said, nothing doing, cease.
No. And then, since our last show, Musgrove is out with Tommy John, so he's probably out for all of next year. Kershaw's officially done for the season too. So it is what it is, what you're looking at for the pitching staffs. But in my mind still, AJ, there's a lot more pitching for the Padres than there is for the Dodgers. I mean, Blake Trinan looked nasty. I'd go 2 innings with him as much as I can. He's a veteran, let him eat. But, I mean, Yamamoto didn't look good.
Listen, the Padres have hit Yamamoto a couple times.
Yeah.
Opening day, they whacked him good. And remember, we were like, oh, boy, this Yamamoto guy, was this a mistake? Right? They hit Flaherty good, too. The Padres are good. Okay, let's just say that. Now, losing Musgrove hurts, but you still got Darvish, you still got King, you got Martin Perez, you got some other guys over there that can eat some innings for you. But if they get to their bullpen with a lead, good luck, boys.
Yeah, that's why. They've got the pitching edge. Now the series goes back to San Diego. We'll see. It's an awesome series, though, so far in terms of the drama. All right, so here's the deal. First off, we're going to have Dodgers territory today. It is Monday, so you'll get a lot more on the Dodgers and the Padres with Clint and Alana, 3 o'clock East Coast time on the Dodgers YouTube channel. So check that out. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll flip you right over to that. You can chat with them. If you're watching on Valley Sports, you can check that out later on. But also, we'll swing right back with our picks, our locks for the 2 games tonight. Why? Because we're loaded with guests in the second hour, including Carlos Mendoza, Mets manager, and Tanner Bybee, Cleveland's #1 starter. FT fam, we are at, 59,000 subscribers. So it'd be cool if we get to 60 this week because, it's the playoffs and we're hustling. We're doing some shows in the evening at times today. Yes, exactly. We might do a show tonight after Yankees and Royals. But yeah, today would be cool to get 1,000 subs in a day. So if you're watching right now, we don't need you to do anything but just hit a subscribe if you're one of the 50-ish% of people that watch our videos, but you don't press the sub button. The sub button is still free. I had to check this morning. It is still free to subscribe to the channel. If you want membership, different story, but if you want to just be a subscriber, that's what you do. Quick point here, just on the schedule. I was thinking about this weekend because we didn't have any games on Friday. Why don't we just have the teams travel on Thursday if need be? Most of the series don't go 3 games in the first round anyway, and we start the games on Friday, which is always a money day to have games because there's not much football going on to compete with. So you start the series a day earlier and you give those bye week teams one less day to sit around on their asses. Why not? I mean, teams have had to do that anyway with rainouts and other kind of crap going on. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a disadvantage for the wildcard team. We already know where the game's going to be. So the home team is in place. The tickets and all that can be sold and justified in terms of when it's going to be. Not a bad idea, right? Or is that my bad idea of the week, AJ?
No, I just don't know how you would do that. You can't just you got to give them a day to travel because you have to give the media and the other people time to get there too, the families and stuff. So I don't mind the off day, and I don't mind starting on Saturday, Sunday, because game 5 possibly is on Friday, and that's what they want. They want the winner take all game on Friday when, like you said, there's less football And also, let me say this. I mean, we did our first game on Big Fox right after the Penn State game. So I'm pretty sure some Pennsylvanians, what do you call them? Pennsylvanians?
Yep.
Just kind of stayed on there and went from Penn State right into the Phillies.
White out to the red out. Like that.
Mm-hmm. Kratz, you like my schedule idea, or it's too much?
I do. But I am now that I'm not playing, I'm so against off days. Because when there's a night where you don't have a game, you're like, I want to watch some games. But I like your idea. I think they can shorten it, but I'm also not too worried about the rest. No player. Once a player comes out and says, "Whew, we need to do something about all this rest," then we can start looking into it. But don't worry about changing it. Don't worry about changing it just because certain teams are losing.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.